turn $100 into $100,000. This is NC Hammer Crypto. My name's Neil, keeping technical analysis short and sweet. I don't have any information on that. It is possible, and I imagine it would be through the cryptocurrency market and most likely a meme coin. But we're going to talk about Bitcoin, XCN, and a couple other X's for this one. Bitcoin, clear bullish movement. If we can close for the daily above this previous high, clear bullish momentum towards the upside, showing that this 108 is very strong support. Moving right over into XCN to see if we can do some retention of views. XCN, XYO, and QNT are the ones I'm going to do on this one. So XCN, for everybody who's watching XCN, let's get rid of everything. How does that look? To me, that looks amazing. We think of it like surfing, in my opinion, right? You got the waves coming in, you push the board underneath the waves, come up for air, push the board underneath the waves. For this example, we're pushing the board underneath the water, and imagine a big wave is coming in. We're going to try and push up through and ride that wave to the top. And the real resistance that we have maybe is around here, around 0.04, maybe a little bit at 0.03, 0.027. But beyond that, we have a very long way to go to make it to this high, which is 10 cents. But XCN actually goes up to 18 cents for its all-time high. So you guys are getting the opportunity to stock up at the base. If you are trapped within XCN, definitely hold on for this wild ride. We essentially need to break this downward trend line. This was our support for upward trend line. We pushed underneath it. Could be that bear trap. I expected a little bit lower. We may not see that anymore. We may see the support around 0.01 and start pushing up. Once we break this trend line, it will be considered support as long as we are holding above that 200 EMA. And then we will be squeezed in between the 200 EMA and this downward trend line. And once this breaks, then all hell will break loose for XCN. Currently in consolidation, which is typical in healthy markets. And I mean, for the most part, we just got to get above that 200 EMA for this thing to start taking off. We see that last time we pushed underneath that 200 EMA, and then one day we just spiked way over it. We could have any moment a massive spike over it, holding it as support, and then that continuation upwards. That is definitely a possibility for XCN. So hold on tight, even if it pulls back. Do not be worried. There's a bunch of buyers within this area, as we have seen right here at 0.01 cents. Moving over to QNT. QNT still underneath that 200 EMA. We had that one volume spike right here, which showed quite a bit of support. And we pushed a little bit lower, nothing to be too concerned about. With Bitcoin pulling up, almost everything is going to be pulling up along with it. We just have to get over this 200 EMA, and we may see that same retracement where it had a major push back up to the upside. So we pushed underneath the 200 EMA, had that pretty far wick off, about 7% away from the 200 EMA, and then we had a 57% increase. So if we expect this area to be pushing upwards, if this breaks this downward trend line, that is kind of what we are looking at, 149 to 160. It could be higher, but it is in consolidation downwards. It's just consolidation. So while this is consolidating, there's other coins that are pumping, like Tornado Cash. I showed it in the other two videos. But XRP, I got to bring up XRP. XYO right now, still in consolidation. It's brutal for people who are sitting with their bags, hands underneath their ass, trying to not sell at this low point. But once we get over that 200 EMA and this downward trend line, same with every other coin that we've been talking about, we can expect a massive pump. Looking in the previous boxes back here, the green boxes, we had that to hold over the 200 EMA, and then a major push up, major retracement, consolidation, and then an even bigger push up to the upside. I imagine that first push up could be potentially up to this area around 0.20, 0.024, 0.025 before a sell-off down here to the 0.017, immediate buy back up, consolidation, and then finish out the cup and handle pattern and have a major movement to the upside for XYO. So definitely if you're holding this one, continue holding. It's just got to break above that 200 EMA. And then sneaking in XLM and XRP. Get all the X's out of the way. XLM, downward wedge, playing within the channel. Had that push up off the middle, push down to the bottom line, held support at the 618, then had a push back up to around the 50 mark for this downward wedge. Another touch to the top of this trend line could be detrimental and push this upwards. We could see it consolidate down on this middle trend line. The least likely is pushing back down to this downward trend line. So we could expect some consolidation, breaking of this, and a push to the upside if Bitcoin closes and holds for the daily. And XRP, one of my favorites. It is similar thing, downward wedge, held above that middle line, testing this upward trend line yet again. 200 EMA is starting to cause a lot of pressure within this area, and we are more than likely about to break this and start pushing upwards before the ETFs are dropped. So we're probably going to see a push up to around 460, maybe 5, and then a strong consolidation before ETFs are released, and then we're going to have the ETFs and a further increase in price for XRP. And you can stake XRP with Flare, Coinbase in time, but it is definitely a big one if you want to earn passive income from just holding money. That's the best way to do it, not owning liabilities, just having XRP in a bag staked and earning you passive income. That's it for this video. None of this is financial advice. References in the description below. Like and subscribe. Good luck. Have fun with it. I will see you on the next one.